on that. So you can definitely listen to the voicemail on the client service line that we showed earlier, 312-663-0338. It gives you a detailed voice message explaining the service, how it works, how you qualify, when to call in, when the line is open. And so you can listen to that information, relay that information to the young woman, and then she can call in during the times that we're taking those calls. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, and thanks for doing a show about this. I just wanted to ask, are there any common misconceptions that people have about, like, areas of the city that you guys work with? Like, are there certain areas that you try to help more than others, or is this something that's kind of citywide?
Thank you, caller, for that question. Chicago Abortion Fund is a citywide program. We do help on the outskirts of downstate Illinois and so forth, places where there are not abortion providers and the woman is coming into Chicago to have her procedure. We can help her then as well. And the majority of our client base, or where our calls come from, is the south and west sides of Chicago. No more calls? Okay, so Nicole, anyway, can you tell us, so you've been involved with the leadership group for almost 2 years. Tell us a few things that you really get out of the leadership group.
Oh, I get a lot out of the leadership group. We have trainings where we talk about birth control methods. I learned a lot about reproductive justice, women who have had abortions, women who have even went to lengths to have abortions where there weren't legal in their country or in their state, and they had to go out of state or out of the country to get them, and they weren't really safe. I get support. I get a lot of support from the leadership group. I mean, if I'm having a bad day, I can call Gaylon and I can vent to her. And sometimes we all need to vent.
I think we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I just had a question about the age limit that young women can come to the clinic to request funds.
Okay, so once again, I'm going to flash our information. We are a fund. We do not provide the abortion procedure. And so a young woman who calls us and she's seeking funding to help pay for her procedure, she already has made her appointment. She just needs assistance. I'm going to flash the overhead so that you can look at the website and see exactly what we do. I'm going to take a caller first, and then we'll flash the overhead with our information. Go ahead, caller.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I just have a question. I am a 36-year-old African-American woman who went through a procedure when I was a teenager of having an abortion. And I know from experience that it really messes with you psychologically.
Thank you for pointing out your experience to us, and we know that abortions are different for everybody. Not everybody goes through the same thing. Some people do have more problems with it than others. I've had several abortions, and I don't have any psychological damage from having abortions. Not to discount people that do, but every woman is different and every experience is different, and you have to respect that. Here is our overhead if you want information on our fund. 312-663-0338. You can listen to a detailed voice message there that explains how our services work, or you can go to the website www.chicagoabortionfund.com and read some of the information on Chicago Abortion Fund. Look at our blog. There's links on there to our blog page. or links on there to our canned TV shows all the way back to January. If you feel more comfortable sending us an email, feel free at info@chicagooabortionfund.com. I wanted to throw some, because we're getting a lot of those calls of asking about the procedure and so forth, and so I wanted to throw some facts out there. Abortion is safe. It's one of the safest procedures that you can have, and it's actually safer than childbirth. And abortion is common. The majority is what? How many? It's like 43% of American women will have an abortion procedure in their life. And abortion is birth control, whether people want to acknowledge that or not. You know, people always say that abortion should not be used as birth control, but in the technical sense, abortion is birth control because it does allow a woman to control whether or not she gives birth. And so those are some of the facts that we do want to throw out there, that it is safe, that it is common, and that it is considered a form of birth control. Now, Nicole, I think we were talking about like you getting support through the organization, and you know what that means to you. But if you did not find the Chicago Abortion Fund when you did, what do you think you would have done? And if you could sort of wrap that up for us in a good 15-20 seconds.
Okay. If I had not have found the Chicago Abortion Fund, I probably would have had 2 children by now, because I didn't have any way to pay for it, and there were really no options. I mean, they had payment plans. One place they told me they had a payment plan, but they wanted you to put like $200 down, and I didn't have just $200 offhand, so I probably would have been left raising another child by myself, struggling, trying to make it like everybody else.
Right. and you're not working.
Right, and
that's a big piece of this.
And I'm not working right now, so I really would have been in a terrible situation, probably worse than now. And I'm not working, so I would have been trying to figure out, what am I gonna do?
Right.
Having 2 kids and not having a job, and it's hard trying to raise 1 kid. So 2 kids, I definitely need, the way the economy is, 5 jobs.
And so Nicole makes some very good points in wrapping up the show tonight, that poor marginalized women, everyday normal women that we service, that you see every single day, are under economic constraints for a variety of reasons. And we make choice possible for those women that are choosing not to become a parent at this time in their life, for whatever reason that is. And so we hope that you enjoy the show. Continue to keep calling in. We will be back next month on the last Wednesday of the month. And until then, if you want to contact us, info@chicagooabortionfund.com, or go to our website www.chicagooabortionfund.com, or listen to our voicemail 312-663-0338. Thank you, and have a good evening.